Hi everyone, we're back with another weekly update on all things AI in education. As a reminder, if you haven't already subscribed to our newsletter at aieducation.substack.com, there are deeper dives on the topics we cover in these videos and weekly updates on everything coming out of the AI education space. But without further ado, this was a big week for world models. And the best way to think about what world models are essentially models that embed physics, motion, gravity, in essence, a real understanding of how the world works and how different objects and properties interact with each other. So the Google DeepMind team launched Genie 2, which is a groundbreaking AI model that can generate an interactive 3D environment from a single image prompt. And it can create very complex 3D visual scenes with interactive objects, physical effects, and various perspectives, everything from first person, isometric, to third person. And it can also transform concept art and drawings into fully interactive environments, which is a huge game changer for artists and game designers. Here's a quick demo of the tech. The big difference here with existing AI models that show video or images is that it actually understands physics and how the world interacts with each other. So if you've seen videos that are AI generated of basketballs bouncing, it's because those AI models have been trained to see thousands, if not millions, of videos of balls bouncing, but not because it actually understands why that ball is bouncing or understands gravity or motion or physics. World models, on the other hand, have been trained to understand all of these properties. This is obviously huge for industries like virtual reality, gaming, artist, media, and so much more. And similarly, World Labs, which is an AI startup founded by Fei Li that raised around $200 million this year and came out of stealth with that $200 million, also unveiled an innovative AI system that can similarly generate interactive 3D scenes from a single image. You upload a simple 2D scene, something like Nighthawks by Edward Hopper, and it can actually generate a video game-like 3D scene that users can explore using a keyboard and mouse. These scenes are rendered live in the browser, and you can immediately interact with them. One thing to note is that these scenes obey basic laws of physics, and they actually can provide you a sense of solidity and depth. It also applies things like lighting, changing object colors as you navigate through these interactive worlds. Exciting to see both of these big labs have big announcements. We'll stay tuned for what else they launch. Google also released a bunch of other updates in the model world, including something called GenCast, which is an AI model for weather forecasting that actually outperforms all of our current leading systems. Specifically, it excels at predicting wind conditions and extreme weather events, and actually allows us to get an average of 12 additional hours of advance notice for things like tropical cyclones. Another really cool update is their release of PaliGemma 2, which can analyze images and generate detailed captions to describe actions, emotions, and narratives. So if you upload an image, it can tell you what actions and emotions are depicted in that image. However, this is obviously controversial because people argue that emotion detection is very unreliable and subjective, and often rooted in cultural and personal differences. And there's a very dystopian view that emotions and emotion detection could influence things like job decisions, loans, even education. OpenAI also launched their big week of Shipmas, where they announced daily drops of new features, demos, updates to OpenAI's feature sets. One notable update is that ChatGPT now has over 300 million users using its AI chatbot each week, which comes just months after ChatGPT hit 200 million weekly users in August. So accelerating very quickly. And for their first day of Shipmas, they launched ChatGPT Pro, which is essentially a $200 a month ChatGPT Pro subscription that offers you unlimited access to models like O1, GPT-4o, and advanced voice mode. What's interesting about O1 Pro is that the O1 model includes better speed, accuracy, reasoning, especially for things like coding, math, and image-based responses. So for example, when you use O1 to solve the New York Times connection puzzles, it can do it in 14 seconds. Other people also tried using the O1 model to code 25 different games, and each had a bot playing those 25 games, and they did this in just 5 minutes. The one I found most impressive was O1 Pro solving a question from the 2006 International Mathematics Olympiad in just 6 minutes and 48 seconds. And this is significant because in 2006, only 28 of the top 500 global math students under 19 solved that problem, and they did it in 4.5 hours. And none of the 6-member US teams succeeded. So O1 was able to do this in just 6 minutes and 48 seconds compared to 4.5 hours. On day 2, they released something called reinforcement fine-tuning. Essentially what this means is it allows you to create very specialized AI models that can think through complex problems in specific fields through just a small amount of high-quality training data. And for future releases, many are teasing Sora, which is OpenAI's video model. Sora was also notably recently leaked by artists in protest in the last week as well. In big funding news, xAI has raised $6 billion in its latest funding round, bringing its total capital raise to $12 billion, following a previous $6 billion round earlier in 2024. Key investors include Valor Equity Partners, Sequoia, Andreessen, and Qatar's investment authority. They're reportedly also targeting a $50 billion valuation, which is double from its valuation just 6 months ago. Most of the funds are expected to be used for expanding xAI supercomputing infrastructure, including a data center in Memphis with 100,000 NVIDIA GPUs. For background, xAI was founded in July 2023 by Elon Musk to rival OpenAI and also leverage exclusive data from Tesla and X to train its AI models. They hope to make xAI the most advanced AI company and to continue releasing competitive products like the Grok chatbot, as well as a standalone consumer app. Ultimately, xAI hopes to differentiate itself by building faster data center builds, as well as its Tesla and X proprietary data advantages. In the policy world, Trump named VC and co-host of the All In podcast, David Sachs, to lead AI and crypto policy as the new White House AI and crypto czar. Notably, he's also a member of the PayPal Mafia and an ally of Elon Musk. And in terms of his views on AI and crypto, he's typically been a very vocal advocate for conservative policies and lighter regulations in tech. It probably also means that Sachs supports open source AI, fair use of training data, and generally integrating AI into national defense, as well as opposing censorship within AI models. In the education space, this came out of a recent TechCrunch article. OpenAI shared a little bit more about their vision for education, including integrating custom GPTs into e-learning platforms like Coursera or Udemy, and allowing instructors to tie chatbots directly into those online curriculums. They also talked a lot about educators creating GPTs with a full semester's worth of content to help students engage with that tailored knowledge. This comes at a time when OpenAI recently hired Leah Belsky, who is a former Coursera Chief Revenue Officer, to expand its presence in schools and universities. That's it for the big stories coming out of this week. Let us know if you have any thoughts or feedback. We'd love to hear from you. Please feel free to reach out at claire@gsv.com or reach out to us on the Substack, and looking forward to another video wrap up next week.